And now it's time to get a unique slant on current events from your favorite half-Asian couple. Get ready to know what's happening in the world today with your hosts, Shaine and Nico.
Hey,
What's happening?
what's happening is that we are late again, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
Later than usual.
Yep. But that's usually our thing, isn't it? Like, we're always late, you know?
Yeah,
I feel like we always intro always the same. We're late, we're awkward,
Unorganized.
Yeah. One of these days is gonna be so organized. People are gonna be like, "Is this the same
We're
show?
gonna be like,
what's going
you know,
on?"
like those regular YouTubers who are like, "Hey guys, what's up? We're back with another video."
Yeah. That's not us. Everyone knows. Hey, those are the awkward dude, people, lady, whatever. Well, you know how many, there's all these genders and pronouns now. So, just trying to.
I'm a dude.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to expand our audience. To be more inclusive.
Anyway, so the people in podcast land don't care if we're late because they're watching or listening to this on their own time, right?
Yep.
So
this
I guess you might as well just get into it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a bit sick, so I can hear my voice in my ear.
Yeah.
Do I sound like I'm sick?
Not really.
I will tomorrow, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, you're feeling sick, and my knee's been hurting for the past few days. We're breaking down, people. We're losing it. I don't know what's going on.
Why you sound so happy about it?
We're losing it.
This is great.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Oh yeah, and my shirt, because we went to an anime convention over the weekend. It says banana.
Well, it wasn't an anime convention. It was more.
Oh, okay, sorry. It was a Comic-Con.
Yeah. But yeah.
Same thing.
Mine is Sauce Boss, because the sauce is the boss. So.
Yeah, and he got catcalled while we were walking.
You know what's funny about that? When it happened, we were walking, and they were like, "Hey, yeah, sauce boss or whatever," and I was like, "Yep, whoop."
At least you didn't say anything like weird though, so that was.
What if I was like Borat? You'll never get this. You'll never get this. La la la
la. All right. Here, sorry, I totally forgot to tweet out that we started. So.
Good job. But yeah, so our weekend was good. Hope yours was good as well. And yeah, hope you're feeling better than we are. So once you're done doing your thing there.
No, we'll just keep talking.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of interesting news that's been going on. And so we're going to do our best to, I guess, go over it or something. I don't know.
I thought we were going to give our unique slant on the news.
That's our slogan, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Our unique slant, because we're Asian.
Half Asian.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people today took the time to remind me that I'm only half Asian.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, I'm supposed to do like a half Asian accent, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure how you would do that.
I'm going to do a half Asian accent. I don't know what it's going to sound like. I'm sure as we progress, it'll get better and better.
You just have a Midwestern accent, in my opinion.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What does a Midwestern accent sound like?
I don't even know how to explain it.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
You just have one. Okay, anyway.
Yep. So, what's the first news story that you want to talk about?
What is this, like a slideshow? All
yeah.
right, guys, here you go. Well, I didn't have like an article for this, but it was trending on Twitter and on the news and everything. Mm-hmm. There was a bunch of videos that were released yesterday because, the 24-hour news cycle has to keep going on, right?
Yep.
So the big topic yesterday was the climate change Extinction Rebellion protest. I believe that it was happening in a couple different cities, but the one that was like the big deal was in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, didn't they have like the hashtag like shut down DC or something like that?
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but I think some people were saying, "Oh, DC shutting down, cool," or something like that, maybe. But then they clicked on, and they're like, "Oh,
that's like, oh man, it's not a government shutdown."
Yeah.
Damn it.
Government shutdown. Woo woo.
But actually, I think they had like these boats but they were on land. So
Right.
and people were like chaining themselves to the inside of the boat, and like police had to like cut them out because they were stuck in there.
Really?
Yeah, there's videos of those people like being like stuck in like the bottom part of the boat. Yeah.
Man, these people are really dedicated. I mean,
I don't understand
props
what
to them
that-
for being dedicated on the cause or whatever, but
I guess. And there was a bunch of people like saying like stop the pipelines, and they had all these signs. And then but the weird thing about it is like I guess the intersectionality part of the whole thing is that like people were like, we need to stop capitalism, and then like they had like the work for. Have you heard of the Work for Peace group? They're like a performing LGBT group that like does performances.
no, I haven't seen that.
So I believe they started because of the Orlando nightclub shooting, and like they do performances and stuff. So they were there doing a performance, which I don't know what that has to do with climate change. And I don't know what stopping capitalism has to do with climate change.
I don't know.
So
maybe-
I feel like all these things don't really make any sense.
yeah.
Like to me, if I didn't know anything about the climate change thing or like the whole argument, and I saw that on the news, I'd be like,
Like, what's going on? Like,
I don't know if my mind has changed now. All I know is that there's like people doing weird stuff and blocking the street.
yeah. Well, you made that point on Twitter where you're saying these people who are protesting climate change, but here they are like throwing all this glitter all over the place and all this trash.
The glitter was biodegradable, so obviously it's okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Even though it looks like littering when they're throwing the confetti everywhere.
Yeah. Well, there was that one picture that was also kind of being spread around where someone's like, man, look at all these trash being thrown around, from this climate thing, whatever. But then he found out that it wasn't from that actual time period. It's from another time period or something. So
that just sounds like a Twitter thing.
Yeah. It's like, I mean,
circulating wrong information all the time.
Just got to get those cons or libs or whoever we're trying to own today. So
yeah, I don't know. The whole thing to me, I don't know if anyone else other than Twitter people cared about it, but that's all I saw on Twitter yesterday. Just that Extinction Rebellion thing. So I guess they did get their point across that they want to be noticed, but I don't know if that's going to do anything policy wise or anything like that other than, I mean, I just felt bad for the people who were driving in DC, and some of the videos of the cars stopped, like imagine like you're in rush hour in a city.
I gotta get to work. Get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, it's already like crowded because you're in DC, and then you got these idiots in the middle of the street too.
It's funny too, since it's in DC, or at least one of them was in DC. I'm sure most of the people that were driving were like, I agree with them, but then they're like, well, you're inconveniencing me. I gotta get somewhere. Like you're in.
Yeah, I know. It's like, fine, I agree with you. I'll support you and whatever you're doing, except for this. Like, can you get out of the road?
Please get the fuck out of the road.
Why are you doing that to Misha Mausha?
Oh,
Misha's sitting over there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
being a good cat for now.
Someone on Twitter was saying, like, what about like people who would, like, if you need to get to the hospital or something, or like if you're blocking an ambulance or a fire truck and these people are in the middle of the street. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good point, right? Why do all these protesters always block cars?
They gotta get their point across however way they can.
And then someone had the audacity to comment, well, if you drive an ambulance or a fire truck, you should know how to get around those type of things, and you should plan ahead for that.
I mean, come on. When you're in an emergency, the thing that you're not really thinking about is, I gotta look at this traffic. Let me see if the traffic looks, what it looks like. You're just like, I can get to the hospital.
People are supposed to move for you because you work in an ambulance.
Yep. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was a success or not. What would you say?
They got their point across of being noticed, but I don't think anything other than that.
Yeah. All right.
To me, I'm just like, well, first of all, they were all using plastic water bottles, or most of them were.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm just like, if you really want to make a difference, like at least first live like how you're talking about. Man, that was a really bad sentence. Sorry, guys.
How you're talking about?
Live like how you're talking about.
There's your half Asian accent right there.
That doesn't. So half Asians are retarded?
I don't know. I'm making a joke about us, you know.
Okay, so we're retarded.
Yeah.
And now this video is instantly demonetized.
Good job. Thanks a lot.
Because I'm promoting ableism. What was I trying to say?
I don't know. Something about.
Oh, so I feel like if you are a real climate change activist,
right,
you should be an extreme minimalist. So an extreme minimalist, the difference between that and regular minimalism is that you would live with no furniture. You'd probably be vegan. You would grow a lot of your own food, and you would try to not use anything that's like one use, you know? So have like a lot of reusable products and have a very small amount of products.
You know what? That sounds too hard. I gotta have my stuff.
I know. I gotta have my like soy latte in the morning.
Yeah. I gotta go out and buy my coffee, or
And
I gotta get my.
But they're using a reusable straw, so that makes it better.
Well, 1 out of 55,000 things is fine, right?
I was gonna buy a reusable straw like for boba tea, but then if you like Google that, there's a bunch of things about like people accidentally stabbing themselves with boba tea straws. Yeah, and I'm like,
what are they, like slipping and stabbing their eye or something?
Yeah, and I don't know.
Man,
it freaks me out though.
You missed your mouth that bad. Like, I mean, come on, what is wrong with people?
I don't know. There's people out there who've done it though.
So let me try and see if this boba or this straw is as big as my eyeball. Let's find out. And they go,
maybe it's
too deep.
It was one of those.
That's what she said.
I don't think anyone would ever say that.
Too deep. Too deep. Oh my God! It hit my stomach literally.
I'm sorry if my parents are listening to it.
All right, let's move on.
Well, I wanted to mention, how do you pronounce her name? Greta
Van Susteren. I don't know.
Greta Thunberg, right?
Sure.
Because she was also circulating in the news because she had spoken at a conference.
Isn't she like 14 years old or something?
16.
16? Oh, okay.
You can bring up that one article though about Michael.
Oh yeah, Michael. Like Fox News had to apologize for having him on their show, right? Or whatever show that was on. Yeah. This is on BuzzFeed. I know. Ooh, BuzzFeed. Ooh,
We're sharing a BuzzFeed
I know.
article.
Some people are saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." But yeah, Fox News apologized to Greta Thunberg after a pundit called her mentally ill. So it's weird though that they invite someone to go on their network. They say something they don't like, and then the network's like, "I'm sorry that we have this person on." It's like when you're doing a live show, anything can happen. I don't know if it's delayed or not, because I don't know if that's supposed to be like a thing now when you're on the news or any television like live broadcast. I'm pretty sure there's a delay. Could be wrong on that, but it's like when Mike Cernovich went on Red Eye that one time, and then that was the only time he ever appeared. Or like, never have Mike Cernovich on again for whatever reason. I don't remember exactly the reason. I'm sure he can tell you, but whatever. But yeah, anyway, so it was Michael Knowles, right, from Daily Wire, conservative writer, and so
he had called her mentally ill, or something like that, because mentally ill Swedish child who is being exploited by her parents and by the international left because she has Asperger's syndrome.
Really?
So yeah, autism.
Oh, I didn't even.
Wait, you didn't even know that?
No.
That's a pretty big thing that people have been like talking about. So.
I've been like very surface level on this.
I didn't really want to get into.
Like, to be completely honest, like whenever she's like talking, or whatever she's doing, it's just, I don't know. Like, who knows? Maybe what she's saying is true and correct. I have no idea. But I don't know. But yeah, I didn't know that she had Asperger's, but I mean, okay, so Michael Knowles, the quote that they have here with him saying is the climate hysteria movement is not about science. If it were about science, it would be led by scientists rather than by politicians and a mentally ill Swedish child who is being exploited by her parents and by the international left. So did they apologize because they didn't like what he said, or they were getting a lot of backlash? Like, I want to know exactly
They were getting a lot of online backlash for calling her, for like saying that.
But where though?
Because
Because Fox News, as far as I know, they don't even, their Twitter hasn't been used in like a couple years now.
I don't know. A lot of people were talking about it yesterday. I'm not really sure what I think about that, to be honest, but. And then, like, I got some criticism for saying that those people are using her, like, as a shield, you know? Some people were saying, like, oh, how do you know how she feels, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, she's a child. Aren't her parents famous?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure her parents are famous, too.
Really?
Yeah. Something about her mom being an actress or something, or...
Huh. So you
or
think
an activist.
So you think she already has that foot in the door, so she kind of like already push her
I don't know, like
into
it
the
just
limelight?
It seems like with every issue, they've got like a kid, like as the face of that issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because then you can't criticize them because they're a kid.
Yeah, well, and even in that it said that the other person that was on that panel was basically saying that you're attacking a child, you know. So yeah, basically you're not allowed to. I mean, she's saying her opinion. She's very enthusiastic, very passionate about what she's saying. I don't know. It's like I don't. Yeah, when you're what 16. She's 16. So I don't know. She's 16 years old. Maybe she does have enough of an opinion to be like, I'll go out and say it. Like my mom and dad can just stay in the back, whatever. I'll do it. I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea. Like you said.
But even if she does want to do it, like the fact that people are using this as a, like a evidence for like, well, this is why we need change because this person is saying this stuff, instead of putting forth like different actual experts on this stuff or people who are not biased, basically. I don't know if that's even possible, but because it's become such a partisan issue.
Well, I only see children being used. I mean, at least nowadays, I'm sure it's been done all over the place, but it's like when this was like a long time ago when the whole, kids in incubators, that whole thing back in like, that whole thing.
It's always used to push some sort of agenda.
Yeah, because it's more of an emotional thing because, oh, look at this child saying this all this stuff. But you flip side of that, this person wasn't being used by their parents, but it's like the whole what is it, that Nathan, the Indian,
Nathan,
the Covington, the Covington high school thing,
Sandman,
whatever, that the Covington
like
high school thing, and everybody was criticizing that kid. Look at this kid. He's like a fucking blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I know it's not like 100% the same because, people are saying, oh, you're just, the parents are using her or whatever. She doesn't have her own opinion. I mean, the same thing with that guy. I mean, I don't know how that teenager feels. I mean, yeah, he's wearing a Trump hat, but I don't know. Like, how much, I don't know.
I feel like people should be consistent across the board and say like, okay, we're not going to make fun of the kids' like appearance or their mental illness or whatever,
Right.
But we should also not take them seriously because they're a kid.
But what if what they're saying is actually true though? Are you still not going to take them seriously?
When I was 16, I wanted to live in a lighthouse and move to Japan and become like a manga artist.
You just wanted to be a unicorn too?
No, but I am a unicorn now.
Okay.
What did you want to do when you were 16? What was your strong beliefs?
I don't know.
You don't remember what?
I don't remember.
You're ruining this point.
Sorry.
I feel like you don't remember things that you should remember, but then like you remember like things that are really irrelevant. Like, okay, well, I don't know if this is irrelevant, but you like remember all the U.S. presidents?
I know, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. But do you think that, like, with her kind of saying what she's saying and all that, what if what she was saying was, because like with, like David Hogg and all the gun control people, like they all, that's another example of, these kids having this power and all that stuff.
Yeah, people are making like jokes
But
saying that David Hogg and
Greta
funny? Should go date.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. They're like they're mashing their faces together, and it's like a weird alien looking creature. It's like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah.
But then with like the Kyle Kashuv kid, it's the complete opposite in terms of, because, well, he's saying the things I like, so I'm gonna go, but you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, and then there's other like younger kids too who are doing the same thing. But I mean,
yeah,
you can like whatever they're saying, but you can't take them so seriously that you're going to push a policy based on it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just like, I don't know how long she's gonna last though, because
someone said, yes, you can make fun of public figures.
Yes,
you can make fun of public figures. Yeah. I'm not saying.
Well, yeah, once you put yourself out there, you're going to get that criticism, and you have to know that, okay, if you're out there and you have to take that criticism, well, then it just comes with the territory. You can't just be like, I'm going to say my shit, and then if you criticize me, that's not allowed.
I think they're talking about, because I said that you shouldn't make fun of like the kids for having mental problems or whatever.
Right.
But I guess my point is, like, why are they pushing these children or teenage?
Well, who's pushing the child? Like, who's pushing her to do it?
Probably the parents and like the other activists who are involved. Same thing with the gun control thing.
Well, I'm just saying, what if?
I think it's wrong.
I mean, like, okay, she's 16. I know you were kind of saying, well, yeah, I wanted to be this and that, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe she really does want to be an environmental activist. I have no clue. Like, I have no idea what she's, how she's feeling about all this. There's a whole thing, or like all these myriad of different things that.
Yeah, but do you think it's fair to push her out? Like, especially like a teenage girl. Like, to me, it's not fair to her, even if she thinks she wants to do it, to push her out into like the public eye and put her out for all that criticism and stuff. It's a lot to handle. I can't even handle it.
That's true. I just think that, once, it's one of those kind of weird areas.
Like, to me, if you're like interested in that stuff and you're a student activist, then maybe start there and not get too involved, but like, live what you want to practice.
Yeah.
Instead of, trying to. Well, see, that's the other thing, though. It's not her who's putting herself out there all the time. It's the media and all the activists who want her to be out there. So,
well, I don't know. I think people too, like, they gravitate towards people like her because she's a child, and people are like, "Holy crap! Like, this child is agreeing with what I'm thinking." So it's, oh my God, it's amazing. Like, I can't believe it. And I hope when she's like 25, 35, whatever, she still thinks that way. That'd be great. But
to me, it just looks like fear mongering and pushing policies based off of fear.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of pushing policies based off of fear, there was a hearing, right, about vaping, or the vape thing.
Yeah. So like trying to ban e-cigarettes and vaping is like a thing now, because people apparently have been dying from it. Like what was that number? Like six deaths relate. That was like the main thing where Trump was like, we gotta do something about. I don't know what he said exactly, but it was something along the lines, we gotta do something about this vaping. What the fuck? And then I don't know. This is one of those issues where I honestly think there's something there in terms of, okay, we know that cigarettes are bad. Great.
Yep.
E-cigarettes. It's like, I don't think anyone is going to tell you that when you breathe in something that you're not supposed to breathe into your lungs. I don't think anyone's going to say, yeah, it's probably good for you. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, anything that's not just breathing, whatever you're supposed to breathe to live, you know? I mean, yeah, I'm sure those
You
people.
mean oxygen?
Yeah, oxygen, basically.
Whatever
yeah.
you're supposed
yeah, whatever,
to breathe in.
whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, obviously, if you smoke weed or whatever, that's gonna go in your lungs. But it has a lot of the helpful effects. But at the same,
the cannabinoids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure at the same time, breathing that in your lungs probably isn't the best. But at the same time, it's nowhere near as harmful as
tobacco.
Tobacco and nicotine. So at the same time, it's because in that hearing that we're just mentioning, there was all these people saying, e-cigarettes are bad, vaping and all the stuff, whatever. Well, there was a person that was actually pro vaping because it helped her to quit smoking cigarettes.
And that's a pretty common thing too. Like I knew.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like in Texas, it didn't seem like there were as many smokers as I knew in Pennsylvania. That maybe it's like a East Coast thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I knew like tons of smokers in Pennsylvania, and I would stand outside with them or whatever sometimes because I was friends with a lot of them. And they were all trying to quit, so they would switch to vaping. And eventually they would it would be less and less, and then they would wean themselves off that way.
Yeah. And so, and part of the hearing, that one of the things that are mentioning was, well, all the flavors that they have for vaping, don't you think like the children, like the whole marketing the children thing was another one of those things where I'm very afraid that if kids start doing this, it's going to
push
be bad.
The whole children thing again.
Yeah.
Think about the children.
Yeah, basically. I mean, that's basically what it was. But I'm trying to think if this is the one. Okay. So the one article that we're going to actually talk about, the part that we're going to talk about is that one witness that I was talking about, where they said witness says vaping helped her quit smoking. But Rashida, was it Tlaib, however you pronounce it? Tlaib? One of the squad asks, are you a conspiracy theorist? Now, the reason why that she said, are you a conspiracy theorist, is because she mentioned that that one lady, the witness that she was talking to, was basically like, she said hi to someone there, like, because I guess she's a conservative or whatever, and she was saying she winked to one of her colleagues or whatever, and like,
what, in the audience?
Yeah, but I guess she was a friend or like another Republican. Yeah. Tlaib had apparently noticed Porter winking at one of the Republican participants and thought this was possibly indicative of something nefarious. Porter patiently explained that she knew this man personally and was just saying hello. But because of that was like, wait, are you a conspiracy? Wait, so are you like someone that's trying to, like, even though there's all these quote unquote experts, saying, all this stuff about, how vaping is bad for you and how it's, it could be just as bad, if not worse, than cigarette smoke and all that stuff. No, but it's because she winked at one of her friends, that's automatic. You're a fucking conspiracy theorist or whatever. But I mean, even what's her name, Porter, was saying that, it's not safe, but it's definitely less harmful to vape than it is to just smoke cigarettes, And I'm pretty sure in this article, let me see. Oh yeah, okay. So Tlaib had asserted secondhand smoke was worse than directly smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
And so what it basically tells me, that, it's like, do you even know what you're talking about?
I find it interesting that, like Tlaib would be pretty far left, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like she kind of agrees with Trump on this issue. Like,
I know, right?
whenever the left and the right agree on something, I'm like, that a lot of people also disagree with, like war.
Yeah.
Then I'm just like, or basically when politicians from the left and the right agree on something, like in Congress or in the White House or whatever, but then like the general public would disagree with them, then I'm just like, what's the actual reason why you want to pass whatever bill you're trying to pass then?
Yeah. I mean, and it wasn't one of those, oh, vaping is really bad, but cigarettes are totally fine. No, they were saying, no, cigarettes are bad, vaping is bad, but what about the children? All these flavors and but there's that one person who says, well, vaping has helped me, and I'm not the only one that's helped. It's helped millions of people, or however many it's helped, from being a smoker to now they're a vapor now. It's funny too, because vaping, and those people that when they vape, they'll blow up the smoke and they'll be like right in front of you, and you smell it and you just be like, oh man, I don't know, that kind of gets annoying, right, sometimes. But I don't know. So you all right?
Yeah. I think I need your help though.
What's up?
Right.
So
She's gonna hurt herself.
it's all right.
I'll try to do it.
What are you doing?
She's stuck up there.
Don't worry about it. Just wait. So, yeah, Misha doing a great job.
Yeah, she's causing trouble again.
Anyway, so yeah, it's just like I was saying before. Like, I don't even do you even know what you're talking about? Because you're kind of just going off of what people tell you, and I guess that's kind of what I guess a lot of people would do. Is, oh, you're saying that? Okay, well, I believe you too, but I don't want it banned. I mean, I like vaping, or I want to vape myself, but I don't want to get, because to me, it sounds like they just want to ban the shit, is what I'm trying to get at, basically. So
I think it would be going backwards, vaping, vaping, banning. Banning vaping.
Yeah.
So
anyway, so what's the next thing?
the last serious topic that we wanted to talk about was this whole thing where we need to impeach again.
Yeah.
We're talking about this again, but need to impeach Donald Trump.
Yeah. So, yeah, because Nancy Pelosi just kind of announced and said, yeah, we're going to start impeachment proceedings or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no one is above the law, which is hilarious, because the first literally the first thing you think of is, well, Hillary Clinton, with all the stuff that she's still walking around doing her bullshit. No one is above the law. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Except for her.
Right. But then with that regard, at the Libertarian Institute, latest Trump impeachment scandal is also garbage. But yeah, so basically what this whole thing is saying is, in this article, it says, okay, so the short version of it, and it's both sides, both Democrats and Republicans both have something in terms of what they can say about the other. So for the Republicans accusing the Democrats, it's Biden and Kerry's sons who are cashing in on their dad's connections in Ukraine and China, but there's no clear evidence of their father's corrupt interventions on their behalf in getting the jobs. Biden pushed to get the prosecutor fired, but there's no clear evidence that was directly related to any investigation of Biden's son's firm. And then when it comes to Trump, Trump pushed the new Ukrainian president to investigate Biden's son's firm, but there's no clear evidence that there was a direct quid pro quo or withholding of aid, like in the accusations. So it's kind of like another one of those, whatever side you're on, it's like, this is the one, especially with the Democrats. It's like, this is it. This is the one. We're going to get you this time, after 1,000 attempts of them trying to impeach the guy, on issues. I mean, it's like, we have all these war crimes that we can, say, oh, well, all this stuff's like, who cares? What about this Ukraine thing? That's what we're going to get him. We got him this time. That we got it. So.
Are you okay? You're getting locked in the room. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, basically 20 times the charm. It's like, so many things that they're trying to, it's like we can pinpoint, on all these other different issues, but I don't know. And it's funny too, because then everyone was talking about, Trump talked to the Ukrainian president and there was this phone call and transcript. And then Trump goes, okay, we'll release those transcripts unedited. Like, there you go. Just figure it out yourself, whatever.
Well, what was that one theory that Tim Pool was talking about that some people have where they think that the whole thing is just kind of like that Trump is spinning it to his favor to kind of hit Biden?
Oh, yeah. What's funny about that? It's like, I don't even know why you're trying to do this to Joe in the first place. Like, he's doing it to himself. He's making himself look stupid already. Well, so
maybe you could, because I'm not really familiar with the whole thing, but can you explain kind of what the theory is?
Well, if I remember correctly, I think the theory is that it's basically like, because Biden's like the top person right now.
Yeah, for some reason.
So so in other words, this is actually kind of going to help Elizabeth Warren, I guess, because then she can kind of move her way up and make Joe Biden, go down or whatever. And then with Trump, it's just another one of those distractions, to just kind of be like, it's basically him trying to get it to where it's like, hey, look, Joe Biden, this, all that.
Yeah. Kind of put the attention on someone else.
Right. So it's just another one of those, it could just be another nothing burger.
Yeah. Didn't they say if it falls on Biden that the people who are like, hardcore Trump supporters are going to say like, well, it's just 4D chess. Yeah,
4D chess. And, of course, a lot of the Trump supporters are going to say, see, Trump's a smart dude. And, I don't know. He could be doing it intentionally. It could just be, by some miracle that every single time stuff like this happens, he's just able to snake his way out of it, No idea.
Well, to be fair, all the things that they try to impeach him for, like, they don't usually come up with anything concrete. So.
Yeah, I don't even.
The thing that I really don't get is, didn't they say that they're trying to get Ukraine to help with the election, right? But weren't we just saying that Russia helped with the 2016 election? But Russia and Ukraine are not really on good terms.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, so is Trump really a Russian bot, or like, what is this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if Trump was really like this big, best friend with Putin or whatever, I don't think he'd be talking to Ukraine and, hey, can you get some dirt on Joe Biden? It's like, first of all, why do you need dirt on Joe Biden? Like,
I know.
what is wrong with you? Like,
he can ruin his campaign himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing it.
There was one clip that I saw today where he was like, well, if you're interested in me and my issues, you can check me out. If not, vote for the other candidate.
Man, that guy just sounds here.
It's like, are you being forced to run?
He's so enthusiastic about running for president. It's like, I really want to be president. But if you don't want to vote for me, you can vote for the other guy. It's whatever. Who cares? I just need the money and and the widespread notoriety, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Well, at least he's not like Bernie, who's probably just going to write another book.
I want to tell you right now, billionaires, we don't need them. They're evil.
Yeah. He switched from saying that millionaires were bad back a couple years ago. Then he said that millionaires and billionaires were bad. Now it's only billionaires because he's a millionaire.
He's a millionaire, yeah. He's got a lot of good stuff. He's got a lot of houses and
Yeah, and he's selling a lot of books.
He's doing well. Yeah, he's doing very well in this capitalist society we live in.
I know. It's so oppressive. Anyway, I guess we'll move on to some weird news.
Yay.
That's my specialty.
What's going to be the first one? Woman born?
Yeah, we'll do that one first.
All right.
The title just looks so weird. Okay. This is out of the New York Post. It says, woman born with 2 vaginas and 2 wombs is now a mother of 4.
Wow.
And I think, so basically what happened is this lady had like a wall that split her uterus and her vagina in half.
That's crazy.
She had to have like a a surgery though to like
Kind of
fix her
Oh,
vagina,
yeah, okay.
but she had 2 wombs. So the doctor was saying that you probably will not get pregnant, or if you do get pregnant, you'll have a miscarriage. But she
Mhm.
ended up having 2 babies at the same time.
I like the first sentence in this article. Double the vagina, double the fun.
I know, right? I'm like,
I mean, the New York Post, man, they write some great ass shit. It's
I
hilarious.
saw something today where they covered the vaping thing, and they said jewel stocks vaporized.
Ah!
Yeah.
Man, they're literally all their articles are written like someone's just has like a shit ton of dad jokes and they can't wait to use them.
They're like when they're hiring for the New York Post, they're like, "Are you really good at puns?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Are you really good at dad jokes? Perfect."
Basically. So
basically, like you could probably write for the New York Post.
I could, yeah, I could. But yeah, so the next one that we can.
I have a bunch of Florida Man stories because we haven't talked about Florida Man.
I know
in a while.
Florida Man's been.
He's been kind of busy.
Yeah, he's been very busy. This first one with Florida Man. Florida Man leads cops on low-speed chase, gets 5th DUI. That's a lot.
Yeah. But the point of this article is you have to show the mugshot. He's just so happy.
A Florida man looked very pleased with himself in his mugshot, despite being arrested for his 5th DUI Thursday after leading police on a low-speed chase.
He's like,
man,
this is the best day of my life.
Sir, I am sorry.
Why is his teeth are so white?
I was just gonna say that. I'm like,
either that or it's because he's
like,
so
what-
red. He looks drunk as
you know what's
hell.
he's super red. Or that's just like a really bad sunburn. Or both. Could be both. Maybe his skin's just really red. I don't know.
Maybe you should do an advertisement for teeth whitening.
You know what? That's like the first thing you notice too. You're like, oh my God, his teeth are white. Oh, and his skin's really, really red. But his teeth are extremely white. So, I mean, with that, he's really,
I'm just wondering how low
Can you
was
go?
Was the speed chase?
2 miles.
Yeah. They caught him after 5 minutes. Oh, it was 15 miles an hour?
15 to 35 miles an hour.
Until at one point he hit a basketball hoop.
Oh my God, this is great. Like, no, I am not implying that dad jokes are bad. I actually like dad jokes.
He's really good
They're
at them.
unironically hilarious to me. I know, I'm sure some people won't
So
like
you're
them,
just
but
preparing to be a dad by making a dad joke.
that's why I think they're funny. That's why when you said the jewel stocks vaporized, it's like,
Mhm.
oh, that's a good one. It's one of those where not all of them are belly laugh, hurt me.
Yeah,
laugh.
but it makes you smile.
But it's one of those like word humor, so funny.
And there was another article that they wrote about like a person who got a doorknob in their taco, and they said that something about like opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, some pun like that.
Well, the next Florida man story that we have for you is Florida man recently released from hospital, hit by a car, then another, killing him.
And not very funny story, but he was in the hospital for getting hit by a car, and then he got hit by another car, and then another car hit him, a third car, and then he died.
Damn, that's terrible. That's a really bad way to go.
Yeah.
A 56-year-old Florida man using a walker. Oh, that's sad. Was fatally struck by a pair of vehicles after being released from a Central Florida hospital shortly after midnight. Jeez.
Why would he be outside in a walker at midnight?
Yeah, whoever was taking care of him, man, they didn't do a very good job, because now look what happened. He got hit by multiple cars.
I put a depressing article.
That's terrible. But so yeah, let's move on from that and go to the last one that we have. It's a more funny, not as sad story. Well, maybe it kind of sad. I don't know. It kind of depends on how you look at it. But Florida man punched over taking too long in bathroom. Like, yo, man, you took 2 minutes in the fucking bathroom. God, right in the face.
I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go,
The Pasco Sheriff's Office said 36-year-old Cedric Wolfard clobbered another man for taking too long in the bathroom. Both men live at an assisted living facility in Hudson. Well, he's not living in the Hudson living facility anymore. He is now at the Land O'Lakes Detention Center.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
He just had to go to the bathroom.
Man, that's like, could you imagine? Okay, so that's another one of those examples where you're in jail and someone goes, "What are you in jail for?" "Oh, murder." "What are you in jail for?" "Attempted assault or robbery, whatever." "What about you?" "I punched the guy because he took too long in the bathroom."
Well, to be fair, in Florida, I bet there's a lot of those guys.
I mean, maybe they're like, you know what? I get it. If I really had to go, I'd probably beat the shit out of the guy. It's like, I was expecting you only take 2 minutes. You took 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Too long. Too fucking long.
Man, I wanted to beat someone up when we were at that Trader Joe's the other day and I had to use the bathroom.
Yeah, that was bad. Very, very bad.
Yeah, and then the person came out and they were an employee. I'm like, really? Really?
You know, the employees got to go to the bathroom too, you know.
You got to use up all the bathrooms, both.
What do you
want
to do? Wear a diaper?
Yes. Get some Depends.
What's wrong with you?
A lot of things.
All right, we're gonna end it with that.
Why? That's a terrible way to end.
So, if you like us and you want to support us, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also for the podcast, please rate, comment, subscribe to the podcast. That would really help us, and kind of spread the word. So yeah, please, like I said, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video, let people know that, oh my God, there's these two half Asians are talking and
about
things, and they have these interesting things to say, I guess. I don't know.
Sometimes they wear a shirt that says sauce on it.
Sauce is the boss. But if there's some other ways that you can support us as well. If you want to donate to us, you can support us on PayPal. There's our link there. So do that. You can also donate through our Streamlabs. All of the links are going to be in the description for this video and for all of our other videos. You can also buy some merch at Libertarian Country. Just use our promo code HAPA for 10% off your order. And also, we were talking about vaping. They
don't sell vaping anymore because of the law, though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but
yeah, you can still get CBD through Infinite CBD.
Mm-hmm.
Using our promo code HAPA10 for 10% off.
Yes.
And I actually just got some CBD for Misha because she's an anxious cat sometimes, like right now.
Earlier, yeah.
Yeah, I know. She needs some CBD. And you just kind of put one drop in the bowl and it makes her calm.
Yeah. Because she can get pretty rowdy as
it is nighttime though, so.
That is true. They're very nocturnal.
I know. It's time. She like waits for us to go to sleep, and then she's like,
mm-hmm.
All right, now
it's time for me to move around and attack your feet.
Yeah, or run around the house like a maniac and knock everything off the counter.
What if we just went to sleep? All the lights are on. But it's still daytime. Gotta go back to sleep.
I know, right?
But yeah, so those are some good ways to help us and support us. We really appreciate all the support that you have been giving us, and we hope that you find something, because we've been getting some good comments, some good support. So we really appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate the whole Soho Forum debate and letting us promote, because you weren't even going to say the name of the podcast, but then Gene was like, "What's the name of your podcast?"
Yeah.
So
that was just my way of kind of trying to poke fun at both of them, because I wanted to lighten the mood, because it was
starting to get intense there.
So I was like, let me just lighten the mood there, So I hope that worked. But yeah, anyway, so that's it, and I really appreciate it. So we're gonna go and end it right there. Have a good night, everybody.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.